Hello, it's Fellonius. I hope Bonnie Stuff's not listening in on this one, because I'm going to talk something he doesn't like. Google. Well, I'm not very fond of them either, but I lately had been thinking about this. Back in, let's see, 96, 97, we had Google or Yahoo or Alta Vista or whatever we had as a search engine. Do you remember those days? I realized that I cannot do what I did back then. 18 years ago, you could just put one word in your search engine and you immediately got the answer you wanted. Nowadays, if you do that, you get an answer for the first 20 pages that you don't want, because they are putting in ads and they're putting in whatever other people have asked for as well. You had to have, well, at least for me, I think that you need at least 3 different words in order to describe what you're looking for, in order to at least get one good search made on the first page. Because I'm not looking through many pages anymore. I did that before, but you don't do that anymore, because if you can't find it on the first page, it's not relevant. And Wikipedia, I'm not looking at that if I don't have to, because I'm not totally sure that what stands there is truth. However, Google has become my favorite, or should I say, the one I use. I have checked Yahoo and I've checked some others, but no, well, yeah, it seems to be the same. It really doesn't matter which one you use, and since we are having Google and YouTube, I can just as well get that as well. Back in 96, I often said that around 80% of what was on the net was crap or porn. And I have to say, well, still there are a lot of crap and porn out on the internet, but still there isn't that much as 80%, is there? There's a whole lot of things out there that are pretty good as well. Should we say 50-50? I'm not totally sure. And the programs has become very good as well. One of 2 things that I really would love to use often is something I'm not totally sure what it's called. It's called OCR, I think. It's a program that you can take a piece of paper with text on, scan that as a picture, and then the program makes that picture and the letters into a text file. That way you can scan books and have those books as text files. That means that you can translate them, but among other things. Those programs are either 1, very expensive, or 2, totally rubbish. They can't even see what's an L or an S. So when I'm using that type of software, I usually have, well, a backup plan. I have to probably do some other stuff. But lately I have found that other people have done most of that work. There are several text files out there on the web that I can use directly. I don't need an OCR program. And thanks to Google, makes it easier to find those ones. And the second part, I talk about translate. Well, back in the old days, and I'm talking about 5 years ago, having some sort of translation program work for you would make it less 10 to 15% was pretty good, but not grammar. The grammar was totally rubbish. Have you ever tried Google Translate? I have. I'm doing some text files for a TV show, translating it from English to Swedish. And I am amazed at Google Translate, I must say. It's not perfect, but I'm seeing like 80% correct Swedish by translating from English to Swedish. 80%. Now remember, our grammar Swedish grammar is more like the German grammar. It's not like the English one. So I am totally amazed on the fact that they can suddenly do it so Swedish. Yes, it's still much work to do. You still have 20% to correct, of course, but I don't have to do it all by myself. And many of those words that I can't even find in my dictionary, they translate correctly. One of them was a word that I had never heard. It's called cuckold, and I'm totally aware of what it is now, because in Swedish it's hanrej, and I think it's a French word from the beginning, and means a cheated married husband. And I didn't even know that the English had that word. Now, in that show they talked about that and gave me, and I just sat there and watched that word. Is this really true? I had to go on Google again to confirm it. But that was, on the other hand, my confirmment of Google Translate as well. Yes, it is much better nowadays. I even tried French. French to English is the easiest one. Yeah, it works well. You know the French grammar. I do. I have studied it a bit. And believe me, it's not perfect, of course not. But I think you can read that French and a Frenchman would actually understand what you're saying. That's impressive. Would never have been there 18 years ago. And this is just the beginning, because of course it's getting better every time. Now, can I learn Hindi? I doubt it, but who knows? Thanks for listening. Bye.